How we doing, guys? So here we are back, as of you all looking at this video, from our spring break, Easter holiday. Hope you all had a nice, restful spring break and Easter. And this video today is actually directed to both sections of 1101. So as you all hear me speaking today, I'm going to be giving emphasis to the full term class. That's the class that has been with me since August. And then the half term class, those of you we had left off on reading the Jonathan Swift and William Hazlitt pieces in our argument and persuasive unit. Okay, so first I'm going to address, and I'll explain why I'm addressing both classes. Well, I'll just do it now. The reason why is because now that we've had the spring break week, I qualify that as kind of like a reset. So first term class, remember in the beginning of the term, we started the semester on a Wednesday, and how we had been proceeding was we started our week on a Wednesday. Our work for that week was due on the next Tuesday night. We'd start on Wednesday, and the cycle would continue. But now that we've had a week off, what I'm going to do is wipe it clean and start Monday and rotate from Monday to Sunday. Okay, so start our week on Monday, announcement, video, have the whole week to do our assignments, do that Sunday, okay, and then a new one with the next day, Monday, and the cycle continues, okay? This way, both classes are on the same schedule. The half-term class began this way. We started on a Monday. I think it was, what was it, the 5th, I think it was, in March? Something like that. So now, as we've had the spring break, it's kind of like a reset. I figured this would just be easier. I'm not necessarily going to do two-section videos every week like this week. I'm probably going to split them up as I had been doing, but I figured this is just knocking out two birds with one stone this time around. Let's first address, as we said, the full term class, okay? So full term class, you all were not able to go into Blackboard last week because, for one, Blackboard was down the first part of the week, but then, of course, it was spring break, okay? Now, the previous week, the announcement and assignment for that week, leading up to the point where we weren't in Blackboard, was your augmented and revised descriptive essay, okay, where you added a page to your old descriptive, made your corrections as per your rubric score and or my comments. So I'm not going to extend that too much because you guys had the previous week to figure that out and do that. I realized that we lost 2 days because of, Blackboard being out due to maintenance and spring break. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that augmented, revised descriptive essay due tomorrow, the 6th, 11:59 p.m., Tuesday, okay? So that way, that's kind of the leftover thing from the previous week before spring break, okay? And you guys had most of that week to work on that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set the deadline for that on the 6th, Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. But for this week, okay, so that's kind of an old thing that, you'll have a day or two to figure it out, put your finishing touches on it. I'm assuming that you guys did have some time to work on it before spring break, as the announcement was made, several days before spring break. But now this week, and remember, now that we're starting Monday and ending Sunday, the assignment for this week, not a biggie, okay? So assigned Monday the 5th and due Sunday the 11th, 11:59 p.m. This is a journal post, okay, based on an essay in our reader. The essay is called Why Extroverts Fail, Why Introverts Flounder, and Why You Will Probably Succeed. Something like that. I don't have the exact title right here, but it's a pretty cool essay in that it talks about the different, you might be an introvert, I'm an introvert, or an extrovert. Okay, we know what those things mean. But the author of this is going to compare and contrast those two things and introduce a new term to this personality spectrum, which is called an ambivert, A-M-B-I-V-E-R-T, ambi meaning two. So in reality, most people are really some admixture of intro and extrovert, which is pretty interesting. Okay. So all you have to do is read the article. It's in our 1101 reader. You could just search why extroverts fail in the search area. Okay. And it'll pop up. Read it. And we have the journal assignment. Okay. Where I ask you to kind of engage with the article. And also I provided a link for a personality test. I don't know if you guys like taking those. I certainly do. They're a lot of fun. Kind of gives you some insight into yourself that you might not have known previously. So I look at it as a fun little learning exercise. And it'll tell you what you are. I think I'm an INFP, introvert, intuitive, feeling, prospecting, something like that. So do that assignment. Then we have an SCC assignment, okay, which is having to do with our comparison contrast exercise in the reader, or in SCC, okay. So you will see the SCC where to go in the textbook, in the assignment link, and this is week 13, okay. This is our week 13 that we are now currently in. All right, so again, full term class. Two things this week. Number one, the reader selection that you have to read, the journal for that. And then you have two SCC exercises for the comparison contrast mode of discourse. And while I'm here, let me just scroll down to our week 13 folder. And this is SCC exercises 16 and 17, chapter 3, part 6. So SCC 3.6, exercises 16 and 17. Okay? All right, switching over now to the half-term class. So where we were, guys, and what I had done, originally I had set the announcement and assignments that we have for this week. I had originally set them last week. Not knowing that for online classes, which makes sense, that we weren't to operate in Blackboard to give you and I and everybody the holiday week off. So all I'm doing is what I had planned for that week, I just pushed to this week basically. Okay, so where we were. Scrolling down here in my announcements, we were at our week. We were at argument and persuasion, reading the Jonathan Swift and William Hazlitt essays, and we had that discussion forum. And I've looked in there, and some of you, it looks like you already did it. No, never mind the break. Okay. Some of you had been contributing in there, participating anyway, which I appreciate. So you'll see in our week 5 announcement, this announcement has been edited to reflect spring break week, 3/29 to 4/2, okay? So it picks back up from you having turned in your descriptive essays, okay, as of March 28th. And now we're getting into argument and persuasion, okay? So this is chapter 3.8 in our SCC textbook. Please read it very carefully, okay? Because this is really the heartbeat of the term, okay? Argument and persuasion. That's what we do with all of our essays, right? No matter what mode of discourse we're writing in, whether it be narrative, descriptive, of course, argumentation, we're making a point and we're trying to substantiate that point, right? You make a claim, you support it, all right? So this really centers in on that idea. Good idea, too, because we're going to write an essay, an argumentative essay, in the coming week, after this week. So you want to pick a topic, an argumentative topic. So an argumentative topic is not, you know, gravity exists. That's not argumentative. We all know that, right? It's got to be something controversial where you might have this position, somebody else might have this position. I want to stay away from the really kind of overdone topics we've all heard, you know, the war on drugs, abortion, legalize marijuana, lower the drinking age to 18, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe try to pick something fresh and topical, maybe something having to do with COVID-19 policy, something like that. Or something having to do, I know that the last presidential election was very contested. You know, you guys can pick things like that. I'd like you to clear your topic with me if you haven't done so already. So this week, please shoot me an email and ask me if your topic is okay. If you haven't asked me for signing off on your topic, I assume that you're good to go, and I let you leave the nest as you will, and good luck to you, okay? Try to think of something creative and something going on today that, you know, you haven't heard or you yourself haven't argued about a billion times, okay? So half-term class, we have SCC 3.8, Chapter 3, Part 8, exercises 24 through 26. Those are due at the end of the week. And then the discussion forum, which some of you have already contributed to. William Hazlitt's On the Pleasure of Hating and Jonathan Swift's A Modest Proposal, okay? And there's also the blog as well, okay? I will make sure that that blog has been reset for this week. In half-term class, I just want to, I tell everybody this every year, and I think most students get it. I'm not sure, though. So the Jonathan Swift, The Modest Proposal essay is satirical, meaning the author, and it's not necessarily, of course, Jonathan Swift wrote A Modest Proposal, but the narrator, the first-person narrator, is kind of like a put-on character, in a sense. It's not necessarily Jonathan Swift himself, so there is some distance that he maintains from the piece. But it's satirical. It's not meant to be taken literally. It's ironic, okay? And I don't mean to be condescending, saying it's ironic, okay? But some people, and rightfully so, I mean, it's pretty engaging and provocative, infuriating, maddening, eating children. Of course, this is taboo for a reason, right? But he's saying that to get your attention, okay? So college professors, high school teachers don't have their students read A Modest Proposal to advocate for cannibalism, okay? Let's try to be a little more nuanced and creative in our thinking here, okay? So then again, I do ask you in the discussion forum, what are your first reactions? And it's perfectly fine if you say you're shocked and horrified. But I just want to make very clear that it is not a piece outwardly advocating for eating children. In fact, he actually gives his prescriptions, his actual, hey, this is what we need to do to curb all the inequality and hunger and homelessness. He does give his actual solutions there. So it's really a masterwork in sustained irony, A Modest Proposal. I read it every year, mostly out loud. I read it to students. And I find something new every time. As kind of a smart alecky, dry humor guy myself, I just love the thing to death. Swift was a complicated character. You might have heard of Gulliver's Travels, his masterwork. Not the nicest guy. He was an Anglican priest in Ireland. He was kind of a crotchety dude, okay? But, he, you know, English departments for the past however many years, hundreds have been teaching this, aren't getting you to, you know, go out in the streets and rah for eating infants, okay? Just want to make that clear. Anyway, so you heard me address the full-term class, the half-term class. I hope it's all clear what we have to do this week. If it's not, please shoot me an email this week. If you need any clarification, let me know, and I'll be in touch with you. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. Peace, guys. Back at it. Let's get it.